BAE Systems is a global defence, security and aerospace company. Their strategic objective is total performance through customer focus, programme execution, financial performance and responsible behaviour. This, together with their values of trusted, innovative and bold, are fundamental elements of the company's culture.
Political issues affecting BAE would be government attitudes as well as a country's involvement in war. As security issues arise from overseas threats, arms to most governments are crucial for their survival. An example of this is the UK's Ministry of Defence making up 95% of BAE's sales. Economic issues affecting BAE would be the economic downturn, which will cause governments to consider the way they are spending, possibly even that of the Ministry of Defence. Due to the rising cost in fuel, transporting goods globally becomes a lot more expensive. Socio-cultural issues affecting BAE would be the current attitudes towards war and weapons, whether they are anti or pro. It is also apparent that over the years the global view of human responsibility towards the environment has become a lot more important. Strong opinions from peace pressure groups such as CAAT are trying to force BAE to stop selling arms to countries that are dictator-led, for example the problems with Libya, as well as pressuring them to clear up their acts in regards to corruption involving arms worldwide. Technological issues consist of the constantly evolving levels of technology, for example the need for products to work faster and last longer, as well as technological know-how of exporting these goods safely around the world also plays a major role.
In the defence industry, the power of buyers is high, the main buyers being governmental departments like the MOD, who represent a large proportion of industry sales. They have the power to demand things like lower cost and better quality. Defence companies are focusing on high technology and security equipment, so their suppliers are individuals with specialist knowledge and inventors. These people cannot plausibly satisfy the needs of buyers themselves, making their bargaining power low. The defence industry market is extremely competitive. There are many companies operating globally, competing for market share from a small number of buyers. Top competitors are BAE Systems, Lockheed Martin, Boeing and Babcock International. There are high barriers of entry to the defence industry, such as high investment, specialist knowledge and connections requiring making the overall threat low. However, there is an emerging threat from non-traditional high-technology companies which have capitalised on the changing needs of buyers. The threat of substitutes is extremely low. Possibilities include any alternative industry which the government decides to spend budgets, and ultimately could include world peace. Due to the nature of their business, BAE focuses on improving its contribution to local communities, reducing its environmental impact, and improving employee safety at work.
The merger of Marconi Electronic Systems and British Aerospace caused an expansion of knowledge into wider markets and created more clients for the company, giving them knowledge in aircraft, ammunition, naval systems and shipbuilding, as well as defense electronics. As a global business, BAE Systems has a wide geographical coverage, which is considered as a powerful quality for the business. BAE Systems is a recognizable company around the world and defines its home markets to be Australia, India, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Sweden, the United Kingdom and the United States. Since the merger of two companies, BAE Systems have had a continuously strong growth in revenue and profits. BAE Systems reported full-year earnings that were largely in line with expectations, but cuts in defense spending in the US and UK continue to overshadow the company's prospects, and its outlook for 2011 offered little insight.
In 2006, partial year data suggested that aerospace equipment increased by 26%, resulting in £12 billion. Revenue to reach $399 billion US dollars by 2015 means that growth of market due to no trained pilots in the third world countries such as China, where there is high technological advances, thus allowing companies such as BAE to become and remain a success. Being the biggest defense business in Europe, by joining ties with European countries, allowed for stocks to increase due to the stock drop in the credit crunch in Britain. Threats. America being the main detriment of global military spending. This happened because George Bush had a will to keep increasing the armed forces expenditure ever since World War II. By dealing and making bets with other countries' governments, such as the USA, allowed for BAE to stay at the top of the advanced defense and aerospace systems. By increasing the sales during recession, BAE was able to recover the sales lost by £9.1 billion in increase.
The challenge for BAE is to continue to operate in the defence industry whilst attempting to build its credentials as a socially responsible business. Currently, the company operates a rational goal model and the internal process model. The company operates a code of conduct identifying employee roles and company's commitment to CSR, including things like safety at work and employers' contribution to the community. Performance is measured through monitoring and reviewing the internal policies and procedures, comparing them against objectives and aims set out within the code of conduct. This approach helps maintain control and stability. It places great emphasis on the productivity and overall profitability. This approach is not as effective in terms of achieving a corporation that is socially responsible. To improve, the company could use the open systems model. The open systems model allows greater flexibility to react with the changing environment in terms of CSR, for example, changing public perception of responsible behaviour and political and environmental impacts. It provides important feedback, and performance can be measured by indicators such as staff and company reputation, its capacity to change, and how the CSR policy is gaining a competitive edge. Management can then analyse and reorganise the inputs, such as company structure, individuals and technology, to improve the effectiveness of their CSR policy. This approach can allow for greater focus on their CSR policy's external impact rather than just profitability.